You don't believe in the boogeyman? You should.
The saga of Michael Myers and Laurie Strode isn't over. On October 16th, 2020, Halloween Kills.
Get out of here!
And on October 15th, 2021,
Happy Halloween, Michael.
Halloween Ends.
Hey guys, welcome back to Pop Culture with Pat. Today I have some exciting news for you guys. For those who haven't heard yet, we are going to be getting 2 new Halloween films to follow up Blumhouse's 2018 film. We knew, or at least, had an idea that we would probably at least get one follow-up to this film just because of how much money it made and how successful it was. And then recently I did hear some rumors regarding filming 2 sequels and then possibly even releasing them in the same month. But today we got confirmation, official confirmation, as you guys saw, in the beginning of this video, that we are getting 2 sequels following up to 2018's Halloween. The first one, which is called Halloween Kills, is going to be released October 16th, 2020. And then the next one is going to be called Halloween Ends. And that releases just the following year, October 15th, 2021. Pretty crazy news, and I like the idea that they are at least like a year spread apart. I never, when I first heard the rumor of the whole, that releasing in the same year and even like the same month, I didn't think the studio would do that just because they're kind of be cannibalizing their own movie. So it's good that we're getting them, a year apart. And as of right now, some of the details that we got that are official, we both have Green and McBride are coming back to write these films. I know there's like one additional writer, I believe, for Halloween Kills, and then there's a couple others for Halloween Ends. So, but both Green and McBride are back to do this. Green is also directing both of these films, so that's pretty interesting, but not really surprising as far as that goes. You also have Jamie Lee Curtis. She announced that she is going to be back for both of these films, so that's pretty interesting. You also have, it sounds like John Carpenter, he's going to be back as like an executive producer. Jamie Lee Curtis is an executive producer. Jason Blum, things like that. So some really, really interesting news. Kind of surprising just because of we getting it this weekend, but like I said, there were some rumors kind of swirling about this recently. So what does this all mean, and what are my thoughts, on this announcement today? So first of all, I was a pretty big fan of the 2018 Halloween film. I got to see it early, and I remember, just leaving the movie. There was a lot of things that I really liked about it. I know there's some people out there that didn't care for it as much, or the people that, just feel that this franchise should probably die. And, I'm just excited that we're going to be getting some new Halloween films. Halloween is probably my favorite horror franchise, so it's nice to see that we're going to be having, get some more Michael Myers. What's interesting, there's several things that are interesting about this news. So, one of the first things that has me maybe a little worried, and it's a little bit better than what their initial rumors suggested, but just the fact that the films are being shot back to back. Now, we did just have, completely different genre, but we did have, Avengers, Infinity War, and Endgame. Those are shot back to back, and I ended up liking both of those movies quite a bit. But for the most part, a lot of films that have done that in the past, it hasn't necessarily quite worked out for them. So that is something that does worry me a little bit. I would rather them, make sure that they take the time and put out 2 quality films. So I hope that is the case, and, that's what we get in the finished product. But we will see with that. As far as Jamie Lee Curtis, coming back. So I would imagine where, we got these 2 films, it sounds like she's probably going to make it to at least Halloween Ends. And then at that point, with that title, is this, so this is probably going to be the end of the Blumhouse Universal Halloween films, the 3 films that they'll be releasing. Now, it'll be interesting to see if they're going to do, 2 things. One, are they actually going to go through with killing off possibly Laurie Strode? They brought her back for the Halloween 2018, and a lot of people, myself, I thought she was maybe going to die in there. Spoilers, she didn't. So her coming back, it sounds like, for both of these. So I wonder if they will kill her character off. But the other question I have as well is, will they end up killing off Michael Myers in Halloween Ends? I really hope not. Even though they might end, this particular saga of the Halloween films for, like I said, Blumhouse, I hope they kind of leave the window open so if they were to do any more down the road that they still have that option, and they probably still could even if they were to kill him off. But I just don't want to see Michael Myers get killed off, in my opinion. I don't know how you guys feel about that. I could see them killing Laurie Strode, and that would kind of make sense, finally conclude her chapter with the Halloween, franchise and hopefully wrap it up nicely. So that's kind of my thoughts on that. A couple questions, that I have, those being a couple of them. Are we going to be getting James Jude Courtney back? It did mention it sounded like some of the cast was coming back, and I would imagine they're going to bring him back to the franchise just because he had a magnificent performance, in the first film. And if you guys haven't checked it out, by the way, I did do an interview with James Jude Courtney on this channel before the Halloween film for 2018 came out. So if you haven't checked that, definitely make sure you check it out. I'll put a link right above that you can click on that. But it'll be interesting to see if they bring him back. I would imagine they would, and that would be cool to have him for these 3 films, just to see, what else he can maybe do with the character. So interesting to see if he comes back. John Carpenter, listed as an executive producer. Will he also be doing the score for both Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends? His score for Halloween 2018 was amazing. I loved it. I was, rocking it for a while. So really hope he comes back, with maybe his son again and does both the scores for those films. That would be really cool. But that's something that we will just have to find out and see if that happens. Another question that I kind of have too, which will be interesting to see. I imagine they'll touch it up a little bit, but what will the mask look like in these next 2 films? Obviously at the end, again, spoilers if you haven't seen Halloween 2018, but if you haven't, why are you watching this video? For Halloween 2018, at the end of the movie when he's down in the basement and everything's on fire, we see him standing there. I would imagine the mask probably got a little charred up from or being down there with the smoke and the fire. So it'll be interesting to see what they do this time around. They did an amazing job with the mask for 2018. So I definitely have faith, hopefully, that they can kind of keep something similar to that and just modify it slightly for Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends. Because there definitely have been some moments in the Halloween franchise that the mask hasn't been the best. So as long as they can get that right for this, that's a huge, step in the right direction. So pretty crazy weekend overall for the horror community. We had the final trailer for It drop yesterday. Now we have the news that we're getting 2 new Halloween films that are coming out, starting next year. So pretty crazy stuff. I couldn't be happier. I'm a big horror fan, if you guys didn't know. I'm pretty excited about both of these films. Definitely can't wait to see what we get for trailers. And let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. If you have heard the news, are you looking forward to these films, or is this something, are you kind of over the franchise? So let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Make sure if you are new to the channel as well, hit that subscribe button and the bell button so that way you get notifications for all my new upcoming videos. And as always, guys, make sure to check back for Pop Culture with Pat and all the latest Halloween news.